That's the AW talk. We'll go through these WrestleMania Backlash predictions quickly here. Like we said, 6 matches on the card. A lot of WrestleMania rematches here, and some more unpredictable than others. And no pre-show match as we speak right now. More matches might be added, more stipulations might be added between now and Sunday, but I'm not expecting it. We'll start from the bottom, work our way up here. Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss. This has got to be a must-win situation, right, for Madcap Moss?
Yeah, easily.
Has to be. I mean, he's got to win here. Bobby Lashley and Omos. I would rather Bobby just win to put this shit to rest, but I feel like they'll probably have Omos win with the help of MVP to keep this shit going.
I completely agree.
Do you see any upside in Omos at all?
He's big.
I think having MVP with him helps, but it's not.
MVP definitely helps more than. I think he works better with. Like, he fits more with Omos than he does with Bobby. I mean, I think him and Bobby are a great pair, but I feel like Omos
at this point, yeah, Bobby doesn't need him.
Yeah, Bobby doesn't need him at this point. But I mean,
I'd rather have Bobby just go on a tear until he faces Roman again at some point.
Seriously, I don't really see a lot in Omos. I mean, he's big. I feel like you could have put Braun in that same position and be way better. But yeah, I mean, I want Bobby just to win and beat him. I just don't think that's what we're getting. So
yeah. This is what it is at this point. We'll probably get a rubber match at Hell in the Cell. Maybe inside Hell in the Cell these two. I would hope not. AJ Styles and Edge, Damian Priest banned from ringside. Reunited with Finn Balor on Monday, did Styles. I mean, it wasn't really a reunion. People were like, oh, they're reuniting. They never really were in the Bullet Club together. And the only time they've ever really interacted was that one match at TLC 5 years ago. So it wasn't really a reunion, but it was cool to see. I don't think Balor joins Edge. I think they want you to think that might happen. I don't know if we get a new member on this show, though. I think we all know Rhea Ripley's joining them at some point. I mean, that's kind of not obvious, but that's the direction they should go in. I don't know if that happens here, though, is the thing. I'm going to say AJ wins, maybe, but I don't think the feud's over yet, though. Again, same thing where I feel like AJ gets his win back, but we get a rubber match at some point.
Yeah, I think AJ wins here, and you get heat after the match somehow. Maybe a new member or someone they just beat down on AJ after.
Yeah, they'll probably get Damian and whoever the new member is. Unless it's Rhea, then it wouldn't be Rhea. But, I mean, there were rumors of Ciampa. But
give him Riptide. He's tiny.
I mean, I think listen, I'm not saying Rhea can't go with the men, but WWE has this weird thing where, like, and again, I'm not a big fan of the intergender stuff, but Rhea is believable enough and imposing enough to where I think she in the men's division would be, I wouldn't hate that, you know? I think that would make sense.
I don't want her wrestling in the men's division, but I can see her getting physical with the men. I don't want to see her like wrestling like intergender matches, but I think I would love to see her give AJ the Riptide.
I mean, it would certainly be believable. He's on the smaller side, and Rhea's a fucking beast, so I would love to see it. Let's see here. Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. Don't forget the freaking. Another WrestleMania rematch here. This one's a bit more unpredictable, Mr. Marceau, because Rollins could get his win back. I'm expecting Rollins to get his win back. It's a lot of 50-50 booking. You might as well call this WrestleMania 50-50 booking. That's what it is. Which isn't the worst thing here, because they're all established, so it's okay. But, I mean, I could also see Cody winning just to keep him strong, too. I mean, I think of all the matches and feuds going on right now, this is the one I could see going to Hell in a Cell. So I'm going to say Rollins, but I would love if Cody went 2-0 against Rollins.
Yeah, this is a tougher one, like you said. I feel like you have Rollins. I feel like you have Cody win. I mean, I don't think Cody should be losing until he get. I don't think he should lose at all at this point. So unless there's like some kind of fuck finish or something, I just feel like it shouldn't happen. Maybe, like I said, maybe you still have him win, get heat after, tell him he's gonna like kidnap Brandy or something. We get Hell in a Cell or something. I don't know.
Brandy.
Hey, who knows? You got to get the. I feel like there's a better chance that they get a Hell in a Cell match than anyone else at this point. So, I mean, like I said, you can still have Cody win. Like maybe somebody pulls out of his ass like a roll up or something. It's like not more of a decisive win. And then you get, like I said, maybe get some kind of heat after. But besides that, I mean, I guess you could have Seth win, but I kind of want Cody to win all the way till he gets to the title.
That's what I would do. That's what I would love to see. 6-man tag team match. No stakes at all. I'm not a fan of this. You don't really mind as much. But Drew McIntyre and RK Bro versus the entire Bloodline. No tag team title unification. I hope they still do it at some point. They advertised it for weeks, and now we're just not getting it at all, which is weird. It's not like, oh yeah, we're not going to do it on Sunday, but we will do it soon. No, they didn't even say that. So Maybe they change their mind. But listen, I will say this, though. The 6-man tag team match, it does make it a bit more unpredictable. Not that the tag team title unification wasn't, but there is a chance the Bloodline loses here to set up McIntyre's next challenger. And honestly, with that being said, I'm going to go with McIntyre and RK Bro. I don't know if the Bloodline have ever lost the 6-man tag team match, but I think it might happen here with one of the Usos taking the pin. I think Roman getting pinned would be stupid. You could do that, but I would just save that for a bigger moment. But listen, if you want to build a Drew and Roman, Drew's going to need a big win over over a faction like the Bloodline. So I think they might go over here. That's my pick.
Yeah, I think you have the Bloodline lose here. Like I said, the way the story's going, it would have to be one of the Usos gets pinned. Like, they've been eating pinfalls like fucking chocolate chip cookies lately. So, Roman's definitely not happy with them. They keep losing a lot. If they lose again, especially now that he's involved, I feel like maybe you can see something else. But, Roman losing here, I wouldn't like him being pinned right now.
Yeah, I would save that for down the road, for whenever he loses either of the titles or both of them or whatever.
Like you said, you can even tease it. Like, you could see, maybe he takes a Claymore. Like, maybe he takes a Claymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those things, like in a 6-man, everyone's kind of going in. Roman thinks he's going to give fucking Drew the Superman punch. He moves the other way, and he hits him with a Claymore, and he just powders out of the ring, and then we see one of the Usos get taken out. So it's like you get that moment of, like, holy shit, Roman, took a finish, and, it was so, if this was a one-on-one match, oh my god, Roman could have lost. But then you kind of, the Usos was there. So, you get the heat, you get that, thought. I think Drew, I feel like he's still extremely over. He doesn't need to be the one to beat Roman. I just think at this point, for everyone on SmackDown, it's the only person that really makes sense right now. They're giving them that little tease and Roman not actually losing but taking the finish. I think that's good enough.
What about or even a visual pin, where he gets the pin on Roman but there's no ref there, so it's 1, 2, 3, and they're not actually counting, something like that. Yeah,
you could do that too. Yeah, either that or Tyson taking his finish definitely would kind of get in everyone's mind, oh my god, if this is a real match, Roman would have lost.
Exactly, yeah, and then build either Hell in the Cell or the stadium show, the UK show, but that's not until September, so that's another 4 months away. I don't think they'll wait till then to do it. I know that's the big belief right now. I think they'll probably do it either at Hell in the Cell, more likely, or at least Money in the Bank. So they're not going to do it. I don't think they're going to wait 4 months. They could, but I don't think they will. What do you think main events, by the way? That match or Charlotte and Ronda? I know, Charlotte and Ronda has not been the hottest feud, but I still think it's the only title match on the show that should probably go on last, especially McIntyre and RK Bro, and that whole match doesn't have any stakes at all.
Yeah, I would say that match should probably thing is, it just has no build. I just feel like no one cares.
No, that is true.
Jesus Christ. Yikes. That's a tough one. I think more people would care about the 6-man. I think everyone in that match is significantly more over than those two. Like you said, it has no stakes, so you kind of got to weigh that in there as well. But I just feel like the crowd would just sit on their hands for Ronda and Charlotte, unfortunately.
I'm very curious to see what the reaction is in Providence for that.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think realistically, if I was doing it, I think the 6-man should main event. I just think that's a bigger match. Even though there's nothing on stakes, I feel like there's 6 people in it. They're all over, especially RK Bro and Riddle and Roman and the Bloodline. They're the biggest, basically the biggest thing on both shows. Mm-hmm. It would be pretty silly not. Maybe you could have them open, but still, I feel like if you had them open, the crowd would never get up like that again for the rest of the show. So.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, no.
Don't have them open. That would be oh my god, that'd be fucking terrible.
Everyone might leave after that.
Realistically, you should probably have AJ and Edge open, but
yeah, I agree with that.
Unless you're gonna do Charlotte and Ronda first, maybe do Charlotte Ronda first. Then you kind of have Edge and AJ in the middle. Sprinkle some more stuff in, and then you do the main event. Because besides that, if you do Roman and then right off the bat, the crowd's gonna be dead the rest of the show.
No, I would do both main events, quote unquote, towards the end. I would either open with Cody and Rollins or AJ and Edge, as you said.
Yeah,
that's probably what I would do. Yeah, but we get to it now. Charlotte and Ronda. I Quit match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The build has not been great. It's a shame, but it is what it is. I think the match will be good, but the problem is that I Quit matches are so hit or miss, and I like the idea of this being I Quit because both women have submission finishers, and I say hopefully eliminates the possibility of a fluky finish, but we've seen a lot of fluky finishes for I Quit matches before, so it's very possible we get one here. Yeah, it's listen. I know we're saying Ronda has to win. We've said that a lot lately. I could see, as I've said before, I could see them having Charlotte win in some dumbass fashion to close out the show, Montreal Screwjob fashion, to set up another match at Hell in a Cell. I feel like if you wait that long to put the belt on, listen, no one cares as it is right now. It'll be even worse if you wait until June. You just rip the Band-Aid off, put the belt on Ronda. You could do a rubber match there if you want, which people are not going to like, and I get it. But as far as putting the belt on Ronda, it's not now or never, but it'll mean more here than it will in a month. Not that it'll mean a lot to begin with, because she's not super hot right now, but I would have Ronda win personally. I think it would be dumb to have Charlotte win at this point.
Kid literally took my phrase. I was going to say, at this point, just rip the Band-Aid off and do it. I mean, like you said, no one cares really as it is now. If you wait even longer, it's going to mean less. I mean, just because you put it in Hell in a Cell doesn't mean people are just going to care at that
It'll make it even more obvious, though.
I mean, at this point, you just, like you said, if they do like some stupid, like, fuck finish, I mean, especially to end the show, people might throw shit. I mean, Jesus Christ.
We'll be there. We can partake in that.
It's not like the build's been terrible, and then if you just do that, I feel like the people are going to get hot, and just, no. I mean, it's at this point, if you're going to put the belt on Ronda, put on her, no. Like I said, you could still do a Hell in a Cell. I mean, no one will care, but if you're going to go all the way, if Ronda's going to be champion, you got to do it now. If you wait longer, it's just, I mean, she's just, I think one of the biggest problems is Ronda's just, I hate to be that guy, but she's just not likable at all. So, being her as the babyface and having Charlotte as the heel, which she's obviously the heel, I just think that's why people just don't give a shit. Because she's so unlikable as a babyface, and Charlotte's not really likable as well, because she's the heel. Mm-hmm. I just don't think people care.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with the dynamic right now. I'm not even saying reverse the roles, but Ronda has just... I think she was a great babyface when she first came in years ago, but lately it just hasn't worked. Maybe it's because she talked so much shit when she was gone about the company, not the company, but like about the women. Oh, it's fake. Then you come back and we're expect to like you. You know, I like Ronda. I'm going to be cheering her on Sunday, but it just is not worked. I think giving her as much mic time as they have also has not helped because she's just not a good talker. And she's gotten marginally better, but I think she'd be much better off as a heel and with Heyman or someone like that. I mean, on her own, lately has not been good. The feud is just not, it's just not good. It's just not good, especially because it's the main thing on SmackDown. I mean, that shit closing out the show last week, the Drew Gulak shit, oh my God. It is just so bad. Aaliyah lasting the 90 seconds with Charlotte, I could not give two shits if I tried. No one cares. It's bad, dude. So, I mean, it's funny. I know it's like, oh, why you want it as the main event then? You know, I'm saying it should go on last, but I'm shitting on the feud. I think they deserve it. You know, they should have main evented at Mania before the whole Austin thing happened and whatever. And maybe it was for the better because that wasn't a great match anyway. But listen, I think they got fucked over at Mania. They should give them the spot here. It would be funny if this match has actual stakes in a stipulation, but the 6-man goes on last. I mean, at that point, that just tells you even the company doesn't care. I mean, that's even worse. The fans don't care, that's one thing, but if the company doesn't see that as a big feud and they don't want to promote it as such, that's not good for a pay-per-view. For a pay-per-view that has no other title matches. This is the first pay-per-view in like 2 years that has no world title match on it since Elimination Chamber 2020, the last pay-per-view before the pandemic. So before that, you would have to go back even further.
So I don't care. Like, if Ronda's going to win, then like win clean, whatever, yeah, you should have a main event. But if there's going to be some stupid...
Oh, no. Yeah, I
can't put it on last, because it will be terrible.
Yeah, circumstantially, if Ronda's going to win, yes. If not, that'll be Hell in a Cell 2016 on steroids. You know, I mean, Charlotte wins, LOL, like, no. Because you know they would do another match. You know they're not going to just leave well enough alone and move on. No, they would have Ronda lose again, and then do another match next month that's even more obvious than this one.
Should I get... See you later, GSM ready?
Pretty much, hey, get the line ready, brother, because get the car started, because that's what it's going to be, I feel like. I mean, I'm booking, my pick is Ronda. Who's your pick?
I'm picking Ronda.
Okay, but I just feel like, listen, we said this before Mania, that Ronda should have won there. She should have won at Mania, you know, and then they're still doing this. I mean, I don't know. I like both women a lot.
I feel like I think specifically with Ronda, I don't know, not even Ronda, I think that's like just a Charlotte thing. Like, they always want to like swerve us with Charlotte, like, oh, she's going to lose.
Yeah, it happens all the time, yeah.
It happens all the time. It's like, it's not, one, it's not special anymore, and two, it's like, Ronda should have, like, Sasha Banks realistically should have won at WrestleMania 32.
Yep.
Like, looking back at it now, should have won. Would have been a way bigger deal for her than Charlotte winning. But no, we had to have Charlotte win. Then we have her beat Sasha in Hell in a Cell. Terrible. Like, have
Beat
her
Asuka.
Ronda,
Dumb.
terrible. Have her beat Asuka. Bad. Like,
Rhea Ripley. Oh my God.
Specifically with her, I feel like they're always just like, oh, we're gonna put Charlotte over because it's like what predictability is not like. It's not like everyone predicts her to lose. It's just that's not how it works. It's just dumb.
I feel bad for her. I like Charlotte a lot, but the way they book her is just terrible. You know, it's not her fault. It's a shame because she doesn't. I feel like she doesn't get enough credit because she is very good. She's great. She's one of the best ever. I think that's not a stretch to say, but the way they book her is just fucking terrible. I mean, this is why she's like a 12-time, 14-time champion or some shit. Oh my God!
It's just been there, done that, dude.
Yeah, well, get that ready for Sunday because I'm not even saying it's a guarantee, and I've said it before. I should get this written on a T-shirt. Their incompetent booking actually helps their shows because it makes the matches more unpredictable, assuming that they could do the wrong thing. So that could be all. Listen, we made a lot of predictions for the show. I'm not even saying Corbin beating Moss would be ridiculously dumb. If they do that, and I'm not even saying that's impossible because it very well could happen, that would be stupid. But it could happen. I know Corbin's got to win one once in a while, but that would be dumb. You know, Rhodes losing wouldn't kill me, but you know, they do a lot of dumb stuff sometimes. So which is why when they do stuff at Mania where they do stuff right, it means more. I'm not even saying they should go out of their way to do stuff wrong, but it means more because they do a lot of the stuff wrong. When they get it right, they get it right. And I'm hoping they get it right with the show. I'm not expecting because, you know, this looks like kind of a transitional show on paper, but you know what? I'm going to be optimistic because we'll be there. And if nothing else, I get to see the Marceau. So there is that.